Welcome back to The Balance Beam. I'm your host, Naketa, Thigpen, and what else would you expect other than us having a fabulous, amazing, incredible industry expert? We are welcoming Dr. Dee Grace to The Balance Beam. Talk about a real analytical creative, from micro and molecular biology through cancer research, liver research, eye disease research, chronic illness, and she started her own brain trust for alternative medication. I can't. It's too much. I can't handle it. Dr. Grace, welcome to the Beam.
Hi, how are you? I'm so happy to be here.
I am so, thank you. It's heartfelt, and you know that. I am so excited to have you on the Balance Beam today. You are truly a full definition of someone who is analytical, super smart, thoughtful, thinking, and very creative and innovating. Tell everyone about yourself.
Well, as Naketa mentioned, I am PhD level scientist, but, I realized getting out of graduate school, I was going to have to shake things up and do something differently than kind of the standard track, which was a career in academia. Nothing wrong with that. However, it just wasn't me full time. So I went into pharmaceutical industry, and so I really enjoyed it, and I'm still enjoying it, and I balance so many different things now, but I wasn't content just doing one level of research. I wanted to always take things to a different level, and I really wanted to go through the human body and learn about all the different systems. And so that's when I went into starting with infectious disease, and then going into hepatology and hepatitis and ophthalmology, and now cancer research. It's just been wonderful. During that whole journey, so many people really started coming to me asking me to assist them in their health crisis. They got diagnosed with something and they were just left emotionally spent. Yeah. They didn't have the time, knowledge, or ability to figure out what to do next. They were a little bit afraid to engage their doctor, and really heartfelt, discussions, for fear of just kind of like sounding not like the expert, just kind of, not fluent in the medical jargon. So I said, you know what, I help these people, I help them through it, and I did it, really for free. I didn't realize that this was actually a whole industry called Patient Advocacy. But I think, for me, I really wanted to take it to the next level by being truly scientifically based.
Yeah.
Because when you go to a doctor and, you're asking them questions about what kind of treatment you need, they're going to want to know what is the science behind it. Mm-hmm. Anything new, anything experimental. And so I thought that was at least what I can contribute to the whole patient advocacy space.
You have contributed a ton, in addition to your research, which is really important, like you said, because of all the evidence-based requirements of that. Just the fact that you're now breaking it down in a lay way for people to understand is really important, and that takes a certain amount of extra dedication for you.
Absolutely. I always get this a lot, wow, you're a PhD, but you don't seem like that nerdy, introverted type. I don't know whether to take it as, I guess I take it as a compliment, but as like the whole group as a whole, the PhD scientists, guys, okay, that's not quite nice that, we're known to be that way, but I guess in a lot of aspects, that is kind of true. I am quite the introvert. However, I have times and moments where I can be extroverted. I figure I'm kind of on this gradient, like this color gradient, and I kind of shift and morph depending on my mood and depending on the day of the week. I don't know. Maybe it's the phases of the moon. Who knows? But when I need to be on, I'm on, and it works perfectly.
Well, that's a testament to how you balance as a woman, a real person living a real life. You have seasons when your body clock is all off, but you ride with it, you flow with it, you enjoy it. I know when we were talking pre-show, you were like, listen, this is summer. I'm coming off of all kind of events and opportunities, and from speaking to vacations to whatever. Your schedule is very different than maybe the winter, which makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. We just did a workshop on juicing and detox at corporate events. And so that was fun and exciting. And, that was busy. But then, you also have the family thing. This past weekend I went canoeing with my brother and a whole bunch of other family. My in-laws were in town, and then hanging out with friends for a birthday party. There's just so much stuff going on in the summertime, but it's fun. It's exciting. And I'm figuring, I'm a sun person. I normally wake up very naturally when the sun rises.
Yeah.
And, and I stay up late in the summertime. I kind of go by the flow of the seasons. Of course, in the wintertime, I'm more like, oh, God, I can't wait for the summer to come back again. But then, like, at the end of the summer, you're, like, totally exhausted.
Exactly. Well, thankfully, you know what juice to press together and what blends of vegetables and fruit to give you some energy back in your body.
Yes, I do. And all my clients, I have a couple of clients now that are really going through our lifestyle detox.
Okay.
And I started that because I realized that people going through this health crisis were so interested in alternative medicine, and I was always drawn to it. For whatever reason, I just loved it. And so I sought certifications in that area, and now I'm working on nutritional certification. I'm super excited about that. But, people want to know, how do I heal,
right,
both with alternative as well as Western medicine? And I think that's so important, especially with the new healthcare changes that are going on. Doctors are really going to have to be concerned about quality care, and quality care is going to be based on the bio-individual as well as the patient preference. What does the patient preference, what is it? And so those are the types of things that I'm bringing to the physicians as well, letting them know, hey, listen, this is what Bedside Manners can offer, not just specific to the patients, but let us help you give the patient the best quality care available.
Well, that makes sense, Dr. Grace, because then you're able to literally, pun intended, help to balance the professional lives of those physicians who have to learn all the new impact of the Affordable Care Act and all the different changes that are in tow with that on their business practices. So you're bringing balance to the individual person who needs help just kind of breaking down and understanding the medical terminology, what this chronic illness or disease will have and how it will impact their life and how it changes their daily routine, as well as how the doctors can now work with these patients that are a little bit in rebellion to accepting this disease and diagnosis, and what it means in terms of working with them and how they can do it in a more fluid way, if that's the best way to say it.
Sure, it's totally integrative, and it's everything is going to really kind of be going towards integrative medicine. You now see a lot of national cancer centers advertising on TV the basic medical oncology treatments in addition to alternative medicine, nutrition being one of those, stress management, yoga, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, that's a big thing. We integrate yoga into our retreats, and meditation, guided imagery, vision boards, all those things that kind of center you, progressive muscle relaxation. It's really important to bring that in. Now, obviously, I am not a health and wellness expert when it comes to that. So I rely on people like you and Dr. Kristen Motley and Ashvini Mashru and a lot of other experts who can say, well, this will be the appropriate thing to recommend for those corporate and personal clients that are coming saying, I need to recenter and rebalance from a mindset and communication relationship aspect. Because a lot of it is their diet is off. The way that they wake up in the morning, the routines that they go to bed with are a little bit skewed, and that's where you're able to help them in a more meaningful way in addition to what I offer. That makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. I realized early on in my graduate school career that I needed some stress management. And so I took up yoga during that time. And I've been doing yoga, now for over a decade, and I loved it. And I wanted to explore more aspects of it, so I pursued a teacher certification because I felt like, listen, I know so much about the body. I know how, this muscle works and that bone works. Now let's figure into stress management. And, lo and behold, more and more science is coming out about the fact that when you stay in this prolonged stressful state, inflammation occurs in the body. And inflammation is the underlying cause of so many chronic diseases. Obesity. You wonder why you can't get rid of that fat tire. You wonder why your knees hurt and your joints hurt. It's all about inflammation. It's not coming from the food. That's one aspect, but then you also have to worry about the stress, your mental stress. So it's a multi-pronged approach to approaching healing.
No, absolutely. Just speaking personally, I have an autoimmune disease that's inflammation-based, connective tissue disorder, and that is a huge issue. And controlling your diet is one thing, taking away gluten, making sure there's no high fructose corn syrup, no GMOs, all those things are really important, and you can do it up to a point for places that label correctly. But there are environmental stressors too, and I know that you've talked about that before with some of the things that you've done for the reason that you started Bedside Manners in the first place, with families who were really suffering from chronic illnesses and trying to deal with all the new changes and the dynamics of what that now means for their lives. And infusing, again, pun intended, infusing balance into that was so essential to your brand, your business, and really how you were impacting others. So that makes sense on every level.
Absolutely. I feel you with the autoimmune disease is something that's so becoming more and more prevalent these days.
Unfortunately.
This day and age. And I just recently had a client that had this serious anaphylactic reaction to just eating pizza. I mean, pizza. This is just kind of like the most benign thing, that's kind of out there because it's so ubiquitous. We've evolved to, our bodies have evolved to just taking it in and processing it.
Yeah.
But, as your body changes, as you age, you have to approach your lifestyle in a different way. And so I was telling them, listen, this is just as basic as going back to, first of all, stop with all the weeds and the gluten, like you mentioned, focus in on healing your gut, because, hey, Hippocrates said, all disease begins in the gut.
I agree.
All right, let's work on this microbiome. You have 1 trillion cells, bacterial cells, on your body, many, many more times than your own human cells. So, those are the types of things that you have to start doing, and you also have to incorporate some stress management techniques.
Absolutely. I like watching your Facebook page because I see you sometimes climbing up the mountain, doing juicing, in addition to speaking and conferences, which I know is a huge part of what you do, to just spread awareness to, like you said, the diseases that live in your gut, that breed from your gut, the inflammation, helping people understand how they can heal at home with understanding the right mixes of juices and vegetables and all these things. If you have a healthier body, if you're getting more energy, you're definitely shaping the way that you balance your everyday, which effectively allows you to be better in your business, to be better in your career track, and obviously to be a better male or female in just living life and being able to impact yourself, let alone other people. So I think it's phenomenal what you're doing. So what are you doing? Like you know how we get, who's helping the helper. You do all these great things in your medical research hat, your evidence-based hat, your industry-specific hat, and of course with your business and speaking and all that. But what do you do for Dr. Grace when you just need to release some negative energy and maybe refuel yourself?
Wow. My approach is doing things on a daily basis. I just want to be consistent. And, there was one thing that I learned from a really great teacher. Was like, listen, you don't have to be perfect to coach, to guide, to help people.
That's right.
But you do have to be consistent in the practices that heal you. And it's going to shine through. So daily in the morning, I get up and I do, my quiet time. I love Qigong. And I have been taking Qigong through one of, really, I consider her kind of my mentor now, Nika Francis. And she's like a wonderful Qigong expert. And I've been learning through her, and I really incorporate it into my daily practices, especially in the morning, along with meditation. But a lot of times I kind of shied away a little bit from the meditation because the Qigong is so meditative in and of itself.
Okay.
It's a moving meditation. So I really love that. I definitely have my list of just things that I need to like juice myself up every day, give me that energy. And so that really just entails really good nutrition on a day-to-day basis. Of course, this weekend I did have a birthday cupcake. It was a birthday party. I wasn't going to just say no, deny myself, but I've dealt for many, many years with sugar craving.
Okay.
And honestly, I will say being consistent in my nutrition has helped me tremendously curb a lot of my sugar cravings. Books that I love. I mean, I always have Louise Hay, Heal Your Life, as one of my go-to reference books. Because every time I pick it up, I always see something different, and I can incorporate it differently like this. And then my ultimate is, honestly, I love to go to saunas and steam rooms and just, I feel like the negativity just comes out of my pores when I'm in there, and I just get it all out of me on a physical level as well as a mental level.
Well, you are sweating it out, that's for sure. The toxins are coming out, so if you're able to just breathe in healthy thoughts and positive self-talk and excrete all the other negativity, that makes sense, and it's obviously helping you shed some calories too, so that's not a bad thing.
I know, right?
What would be a good mix, like a good juice mix for someone who feels like they're fatigued a lot and they're just, most of our Balance Beam listeners are beasts. They are CEOs and business leaders and high-end entrepreneurs who are on the go. What would be something that they could take in the morning or maybe even carry with them? Because I know the Juice Life has a small window if it's not airtight. What are some of the things that they could do for themselves to have some of the amazing balance you have?
My favorite go-to juice, especially during the summertime, is my pineapple juice Pick Me Up. It has pineapple, which is the sweetness of life, and pineapple is so cleansing for the body. It has bromelain, which really helps to aid in digestion. A lot of cultures, and this is what I learned when I went to like Italy and France, they actually eat pineapple after their meals. It's not necessarily a slice of cake. I mean, they have that for sure, but pineapple is incorporated in there. So I love pineapple. I love cucumber. It's cooling. It's dehydrating. Yeah. When you think of stress and stress management, you're heated, on a physical level and an emotional level. Cucumber is that cooling agent, as well as lemon. Lemon is cooling, but it's also purifying and detoxing. Some of the most potent detoxifiers are in the peels of citrus fruits. So I love lemon, and just go ahead and juice the whole, pulp as well as the rind, and I think you'll be perfect. And then add like a nice little piece of peppermint to that, and you'll be on your way to a really, great day.
Oh, so mix pineapple, cucumber, lemon with a tad of peppermint. Now, for me, this would be amazing, but there are some sweet lovers out there. Will this pineapple be enough sugar, natural sugar for them?
Yeah, I know, working on that sweet tooth is so key. But honestly, pineapple is really a very sweet fruit. Yeah. Compared to the berries, when you think about it. Now, if you need something just much sweeter than that, I would say you can juice some grapes and some lemons. The lemons will take away the sweetness, but the grapes are still there, and the sweetness of the grapes, especially now they're in season and it just tastes delightful. I would do something like that.
Now that's awesome to know, because grapes by themselves are extremely sweet. If you're using like a Jack LaLanne juice presser or something, they are super syrupy. So that's a good thing to add in and infuse. Are you doing some of these teaser conversations, kind of breaking down juicing and detoxing at the upcoming health conference this fall?
Yes, so the upcoming health conference, I'm so excited about it. It's on October 10th in Philadelphia, and it is going to be great. So I will be doing some juicing demonstrations, some detoxing, giving people the science of it. Juicing is something that you can incorporate. However, have to realize that if you're really in a healing emergency, may not always be the most optimal because you can tend to be a little too sweet.
Okay.
And what science is showing is that too much sugar, especially with cancers, as well as inflammation, is not as healing to the body as the more neutral or a little bit bitter type tastes that are there. So, but I will be talking about juicing and detoxing and bringing the scientific element to that and how to go about doing it the right way.
Oh, this is awesome. Well, hopefully you'll fly in a few days early so you can come to the Permission to Pause retreat. That'll be awesome.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. I would love any kind of retreat I love.
You'll definitely love this. So we'll have to talk offline about that. That'll be awesome if we can get you to fly up from Atlanta just a couple of days early.
Okay, yeah, let me know.
I definitely will. All right, so here's a question. You are married, this I know, because your husband in previous web chats that you and I have had, he has peeked his little head in the door while you were doing stuff at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. How are you reconnecting with him with your schedule, which is very full and pretty incredibly taxing? How are you making time for each other?
You know, that's a great question because he's just as busy as I am.
Mm-hmm.
So, honestly, we just do it through food. We're kind of on this thing now of exploring. There's so many restaurants here in Metro Atlanta. It's just ridiculous. So, you know, we're on this mission to kind of explore as many restaurants as we can this summer that we are connecting with, just kind of based on what we like.
Okay.
So that's one thing that we do. So those are really like our date nights.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, any kind of event with friends, you know, mutual friends that we can get together, that's another way too, because we like entertaining and we like going to other people who like entertaining. So, you know, going to those places. So we're always game for that.
This is good stuff. You have been amazing. Do you want to tell everyone how they can follow up with you, or if you have any amazing things coming up, if they're in the Atlanta or surrounding area, or if you're coming to Philly even before the conference this October? Let us know where you'll be and how they can find you.
Absolutely. So my website is goodbedsidemanners.com. Goodbedsidemanners.com, all spelled out. So definitely you can go there, follow me, follow my blogs. I am also on social media, both Facebook and Twitter, Dr. Bedside Manners, and that's spelled with a D-R, Bedside Manners. So certainly follow me there as well. I'm always just kind of blogging and tweeting about health tips and things to make your life better on all levels. I'm really super excited about the upcoming health conference in Philadelphia on October the 10th. As well, I'm working with Dr. Kristen Motley on a book called My Health Matters, which is just going to be phenomenal. So this is going to be a repository of all of your health information in one place. This really prompts you to follow up with your doctor, ask for your test results, log your test results, and track them year over year. Because what I found working with people is that a lot of times key signs were missed by not looking at the year over year basic test results. And so this was what prompted me to say, hey, I think this is needed in the market. And so I'm super excited about that. That will be coming out in the fall.
This is exciting. I hope it's ready for the conference as well, especially for all the people who are coming on the Philadelphia side. I know they're expecting 300 to 400 people to attend the conference on this side of the East Coast, because I know you're in Atlanta. So I hope that it's ready by then, because I know I'll be purchasing one. It sounds more like a healthy kind of journal, which I think is missing. And for a lot of people, that was one thing that I had to kind of recreate in a black and white composition book, which isn't nearly as detailed or as categorized as what you and Dr. Motley are creating, just for them to understand what was happening with me. You know, as a mom, you get the little baby books and you get to record immunization shots and all kinds of things, and you have that up to a point, I think up to first year, maybe second year, and then you're lost without it. Now you have to depend on all the doctor's appointments, checkouts, and slips. But as an adult, when you're going to multiple physicians, to specialists, when you have alternative medication management happening in between with maybe an expert like yourself, or add in acupuncture, massages, just other things that you're doing, you don't have a place to keep that and to track it. So what you're creating is incredibly necessary, because my little black and white composition book that I had to flip through and try to, have some kind of organized confusion, chaos, understanding to it, was a lifesaver, and I had to do it backwards, just to have something in one place for them to get it. So I thank you in advance for creating that.
Oh, well, I'm so excited about it, and our goal is to have it by the conference. If not, we'll be taking pre-orders, and we'll go ahead and ship it and mail it to everyone. But it's something for you to have for every single person in your family, because like you said, what do you do for the child after 3 years old that doesn't need any more immunizations? Mm-hmm. But you still want to track and make sure that everything is going well. Especially now as people are aging, it's more important for you to follow your health history as you age. So, I'm super excited about it.
Me too. And I think, I'm just saying, Balance Beamers should get, I don't know, like 10% savings if they heard.
You know what? That's a wonderful idea. Let's talk offline about that, because I would love, honestly, truly, I would love to offer your base of people that particular discount and deal. Absolutely.
See what I do for you, Balance Beamers? I'm always thinking about you. Always thinking about you. Dr. Grace, you're awesome. Thank you for being an amazing expert, a guest, giving us treats, breaking down the benefits of juicing and detox and cleansing and gut health and all the things that you've done. I know this is not where we end our conversation, but today, Balance Beamers, we have to move on just a little bit and hope that Dr. Grace will bless our presence again in the future, maybe even before October. We'll see and let you know. Thank you so much for being with us today. You stay right there. Balance Beamers, stay tuned for more tools to infuse.
So we're planning a huge health conference, October 10th. Save the date. It's a full-day conference, and we're really the purpose of the conference is to really get people to make small changes in their life now. So just small things. You just have to do something now, so that you can see the difference and you can see the payoffs in 10, 20, or 30 years from now when it's time to retire. I used to work in long-term care, and I was responsible for traveling to different nursing homes in the area, where I had to do chart reviews and check on the medications that all the residents were on. And I was shocked at the number of people who would spend the rest of their lives in nursing homes, who were in their 50s and their 60s and their 70s, just because they had had a heart attack previously or a stroke previously. And those things, for most of us, are completely preventable. That means we could do something about it. We can change the course that we're on. So the conference is to really inspire people, empower people, give them the knowledge, the tools, everything that they need to make small changes now, so that it'll pay off and they can actually enjoy their retirement down the road. So we're doing a lot of hands-on workshops. We're bringing in some great speakers. We have an awesome keynote speaker, hands-on cooking demonstrations and fitness demonstrations. It's going to be an awesome event. So we're really looking forward to that.